Feel that bass around the block. It's time to rewind.
Hello, today I'm gonna review my Panasonic NV-L21 VCR. As you can see, the door is missing. Well, it wasn't missing. I was trying to fix it and then it just popped off. The door is worn out. But who cares? Okay. Here are the functions. I'm not gonna explain them because you know what they do. You know what they do. And they use LEDs instead of a digital display. Only LEDs, which I find useless, except for the record button and the power button. The record light and the power light. Now, let's show you the inside. This is actually a Panasonic G-deck mechanism. This is actually, these decks are, like, not the best, but pretty good. The common problems on these decks is, on the bottom of the chassis, there are certain gears that could get misaligned, and it wouldn't play properly. But if that happens, the VCR will just turn itself off, tape will just unload, then you eject it, and then no problems, but it won't play correctly. So I'm gonna show you proof why. This VCR has done this to me a couple times, and I'll show you what I mean if that happens in this video. So here are the spindles. Solenoid here. I greased some of the gears up there. Here's the controller. There's capstan right there. The tracking head. This is a 2-head unit, so it's not an audio control head. See? I'll show you what I mean. 1, 2. 2 heads. And the top of the heads seem pretty dirty, but that doesn't matter. Only if these are the actual heads. If these are dirty, you're gonna have to clean them. Here are the tape guides. That are pretty nice. Here's a cassette carriage. And I had to I wasn't able to flip a circuit board up. You can't do that on these particular units. Some G decks you could, but not this one. I had to like partially remove the circuit board, but everything is still connected fine. So you guys could see the mechanism. Now I'll show you the bottom side right after I put the circuit board back together. And right here is the power supply, which is pretty well hidden. And here's the tape end and start sensor. Why is it actually not glowing? Dude, it's not glowing. Oh, I see something. Nope, that's tape guide. Man. Seems weird. It doesn't glow. It's not infrared. I guess it's only for a tape. I think it will it'll detect the tape, so that is pretty cool. There's a piece of hair on it, and we get that off. Alright, now let's put in a cassette. And we have to press power first. Oh, I didn't even capture that because this metal thing's in the way. Let me. Oh yeah. It takes okay. Since there's a tab in there, it won't instantly load the tape on these decks. I have to press play first, but you can see some of the tape. It only loads the tape a little bit, just only on the pinch roller and the capstan. So Now I'll press play. Eject. No, stop. It unloads the tape when you press stop. Now let's see the loading mechanism from this controller here. And the tape will be unloaded from the capstan if I press eject. So yeah, now I'm gonna let it play for you. Now it's playing fine. But sometimes the gears could get misaligned at the time, and it will not play. That's a common problem on these decks. And you press fast, and you just forward search. That works. Reverse search. Stop. Fast forward. Of course, since this is a 90s VCR, this is actually built exactly in 1990. Exactly in 1990. So, obviously this rewinding fast forward is not fast at all. Rewind. It'll rewind faster because it's near the beginning. As you can see. Now I'll press eject. So that is pretty neat. And this half-floating arm, you can actually move it freely. That's pretty cool. And there's two things that are particular about this unit in these decks. The mode switch is actually over here. Most of the time it's underneath the chassis. And there's actually no loading motor on these decks. The capstan motor does everything. It will load the cassette around the heads. You'll see what I mean. It will do everything. Now I'm gonna put the circuit board back together and then show you the bottom. Alright, so I put the circuit board back together, and I already unscrewed this right before I even reviewed this. So now I'm gonna show you the bottom right after I tell you this. Okay, I used to have, when I was still collecting VCRs, I had a GE VCR, which is a rebadged Panasonic with the same chassis. I wanted to see the whole entire mechanism myself. Back when I didn't know how to unscrew the circuit board, I think I accidentally short-circuited by trying to lift up the circuit board. But now I know how to remove this properly. Now it works. Now I know how to do it. But the GE VCR is no more because I accidentally short-circuited it. And it won't even turn on. Now let's just see the bottom. It's pretty neat. Let me just get the light out of here. Okay. Here's the bottom side of this chassis. Of the G deck. So you must be wondering, how is a capstan motor gonna control everything? Well, explains here. Alright. Okay, you see all these gears? There are a few cams that drive the tape guides and everything else, even the pinch roller. So this is for the pinch roller right here, and these are for the tape guides. I think this one's for the tape guides, and these two gears are the ones that could get misaligned and won't be able to play right. And that's the one that those are the ones that will let me follow that you know, does everything. Here's this pulley, and these idlers, they don't even need to be replaced. That's what's so good about these decks. But the downside is about these gears that could get misaligned. I already said that a bunch of times. Who cares? Okay, now I'm gonna show you the bottom side working. Really quiet operation. Play. Alright. Sorry about this weird noises, it's just my tape. It is not in good condition. I'm not sure if the tape's kinda dirty or not, but right after this I'll clean it. Clean the heads. So as you can see, here's the idler. You can see it working, and you can see it in action right here. Here's one of the gears for the spindles. Spindle number 1, and that's spindle number 2. And I already greased every single bit of these gears right here, even the tape guide gears. And there's still some grease on them. I mean, does Panasonic make a grease or something? Well, who cares? And I already replaced. Hold on, let me pause this. Okay, I replaced this belt with this belt, because as you may notice, I'm gonna just power this off for a bit so I can show you what I mean. And it unloads the tape. Because, as you can see, it does not wobble. But when I use this belt, put the camera down for a sec. This is the original belt. When I turn it, it wobbles a little bit. And that is kind of concerning right there. That means the belt is starting to slip. That's one sign of it. That's stage 1 of slipping. But stage 2 is when it doesn't, like, play correctly. And these decks were never known to eat cassettes, because since the capstan motor does everything, you can't eject. It won't unload the tape unless there's a belt there, and it won't even do anything without a belt. So these decks do not eat cassettes. Do not eat tapes, I mean. Well, same thing. Maybe, I don't know if they do, but I don't know if it's because of the mode switch could be dirty. I don't know if the mode switch could make it eat cassettes. I'm not sure. I've never seen these decks eat cassettes. Ever. Alright, now let's get back to the review. Let's turn it back on. Now, since there's a tab in there, it's not gonna load the tape around the heads. Well, let's see that in action. There are the tape guides. Stop. Now let's fast forward. Look at that. Rewind. I'm gonna let it auto stop. Well, I just noticed that this part looks like a steering wheel. Somewhat. It doesn't turn right, though. I'm gonna let it auto stop. There we go. Now, let's try to eject. See? The capstan does everything. Now, I'm gonna hook this up to my TV, show you the video quality, if it works. Well, I got some bad news for you, everyone. This was actually a review fail. Well, when I was trying to play cassette, the gears were acting misaligned again, and I was trying to fix that. I was trying to, like, see why. I was trying to put the gears back to the way it was, and then I just broke the whole entire VCR by accident. So I just learned a blessing today. You know what? Fuck the G-decks. These G-decks are like, can just break easily. I mean, they are interesting mechanisms, but they just break easily. They might just break easily than the Funais. The new Funais, I'm not kidding. But I'm never gonna touch a G-deck like this again. I'm never gonna touch a G-deck like this again. I'm sorry guys, but this is going to be gone. This is gonna go and end up in the dumpster. I don't know how to fix these kind of decks with broken gears and all that. So this is gonna be the end of this video. At least you guys got to see the mechanism, and I did test out the picture quality, and it was pretty good before it went all that like that. So now this is the end of this video, guys, and I'm sorry that this was a fail. I really don't want it to be like this, but there's always gonna be a peace out, guys, and I promise by next week I'll get more VCRs as soon as possible, or sooner. But peace out.